Hey guys, sorry for the delay. Tell me if this is working. Alright, I'm just getting set up here. This is my new setup, my new camera. Hey, what's up? Yay, somebody's in here. Can you hear me? Can you tell me if you can hear me okay? Sparky Face, hey, thanks for being patient. The volume is low. Okay. You know, I have... Is it? Okay. I have these. I'm going to try these. Because this microphone has been giving me fits tonight. So I do have this older set. So hold on a second. Let me just switch this microphone out. Okay. Tell me if this is better. If you can hear me better. It's probably pretty loud now. Yeah? We good? Okay, better. Okay. My fanciful microphone doesn't work as well as my headphones, I guess. Alright. Okay, so I have gotten a little farther on her. If you remember from the last stream. And I have a fan in the background because it's like 100 degrees here in Utah, like 103 today or something like that. So I'm trying to stay cool. I hope you can't hear it too much in the microphone. So anyway, my camera's over here now, and you can see this is my new machine, my new baby. So and there you can see my hand working, and I'm gonna be loading these cube shelves with my Infinity characters, and then putting shelves and stuff all over the place. So I'm hoping I get this office set up better than I had it before. And I'm standing. I'm not sitting down. I'm standing up. So that's really cool. Okay, so it's been a while. I was hoping to get her to pose once again. I'm pretty close. What I did was I added these hooks. Whoops. I added these hooks on her boots. They're pretty cool. And let's see, I did the tattoos and the dress last time, and I went through and I added a bunch of gradients to some things. Let me hide. So we still all good? Am I too loud now? I wish I could hear my levels in here. So okay, and I've been messing with 4R8 trying to get it up and running, and this is my new user interface for 4R8. I'm really close. I have one bug with it that Pixelogic is helping me out with, and as soon as that bug gets resolved, I will release it to you guys. So is it still too low? Hey Blands, what's up? I wonder, I don't think I can crank it anymore. Let me see. Yeah, volume is at 100. I don't know what else I could do to crank that thing. Unless it's in the system microphone. I'll have to check that out. But can you still hear me okay? Thanks, man. Okay. I'm just going to peek really fast at the microphone. Yeah, it's cranked. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to jinx anything or mess with anything, so I'm just going to leave it as is. Hope you guys can hear me okay. Okay, so what do we want to do today? Let's yeah, you're kind of looking at me from the side now instead of the front. Hey Bill, James, how's it going? Okay, thanks guys. All right, a couple things I want to do. I want to add the string to the necklace, and I want to build this thing on the back. We are so close, you guys, to getting her to pose. I think I might leave these daggers off until after I pose. So, oh yeah. All right, cool. Thanks, Kyle. Kyle's messaging me. He's driving. All right. Don't crash, Kyle. Okay, so LA traffic, yuck. Okay, so as you can see, I kind of put some gradients on these guys, kind of like the concept image. Usually I don't, but in this case, the concept art is so well done with colors. I wanted to kind of cheat it and sneak some of these gradients in there, even though it's technically the light that's making it happen, you know? So, okay, and I need to put this belt on here for the sword, and see these overlapped bits? Let's see. Like this piece right here, and this little piece right here. I might leave that off just so we can get to pose. So I know you guys have been waiting for a long time, and I'm still working on this thing, so it takes a while, so we'll get it done. But I have my new machine, so it should not chug like it used to. Hopefully. I mean, it's quite the beast. You can see I have I picked up some dual 1080 whatever they're called, the giant video cards, and a good processor, so hopefully it won't chug. It was about time to upgrade because it's been like 6 years, so I'm pretty stoked about this. Okay, so let's I think I want to let's just work kind of quick today if we can. I'm just gonna put this piece in there. Have I pushed the limits? Oh, you mean on the machine? I haven't. It actually has more LEDs than I see this remote control. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry guys. I nerd out on my machine. But look at this. There we go. Even more. There's red ones. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it in the camera. But it kind of gets this weird reflection happening here. So I turned them off while I'm streaming. So anyway, has this silly little remote. But yeah, it's got like a Corsair CPU cooler. That's what the blue fans on the top are. And then has 3 fans on the front and then 1 on the back. So it has nice flow through. Because my other machine would get so hot. So I wanted to make sure that it was a beast. Yep, and it's a Radeon like 1800, like a 8 core, something like that. 6 core. I know, right? I'm totally nerding out on this thing. Totally geeking out. So I'm pretty stoked. It runs Overwatch pretty well. Diablo. So, you know, happy about that. I haven't pushed The Witcher through it yet. I want to try that. Like Dark Souls and stuff like that. A drool bucket. Yeah. Oh, I need one of those. Okay. Until it's outdated in a week, right? Dang computers. Okay, I'm going to grab the curved tube brush. Curved tube? Yeah. And then, whoa. Then I'm going to draw this on my surface here. Let's see if I can. Oh, it has layers. I want a robot voice to say, mesh has layers. Does not comply. Something stupid like that. Alright, let's duplicate this and solo it. Well, I can't solo it. I need to see that necklace. Then get rid of the layers. Let's see. It doesn't have layers. What is it talking about? ZRemesher has layers. Oh, layers, not... I'm thinking subdivision levels. How do I like the standing desk? I love it. See, I used to have one when I was at Disney Interactive, and I would stand half the time, sit half the time. It just depends, going back and forth. But I like it a lot because sitting is not healthy, you know. So I usually stand until my feet start to cry, and then I'll sit. Yeah, I picked up a new office chair too. I've been using office chairs from Sapphire, my very first job that I ever worked at, because there's kind of this it's a long story. Anyway, I still have some of the chairs from my very first job, from when they got rid of theirs and got new ones. And anyway, and because I did get an IKEA chair, I had that for a while. That was pretty good. But anyway, I finally broke down and got me a better chair, because I've been working from home, so I needed one. So I'm just going to turn off recording and hit bake all and bake the layers. Now it has no layers. It should not complain. So now I'm going to try this again. It's going to be funky probably. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, that's better. I'm liking the new curve tools. They're pretty cool. Curve functions. Zoop. Let's see if I royally messed that up. Yeah, I did. And I'll just commit it and mess with it. Okay. Then I'm going to delete hidden. So what have you guys been up to? It's been a while. It's been a while. My course is going very, very well. I could not be happier. I'll just tell you that right now. There's some of my students in there. They're just killing it. Killing it. Soon I'm going to have a student gallery to show off their work, because they've been doing some really nice stuff, and I want to share it with the world. I think some of them have already been displaying it on their Facebooks and things, but it'd be nice to have it all in one place. So I'm trying to get this so it's into itself, and what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to turn off symmetry and move this whole thing over like this, and then do mirror weld. Oh, so close. Let's scoot it a little more. Mirror weld. Where are you, mirror weld? So this is my new menu. I'm still trying to get used to it, because the way it's done, it's laid out a little differently, like this. And it's weird because it puts all this extra space down here. I don't know what's going on with that. Let's turn symmetry back on. Oh. Z modeler, oh my goodness, dude, those live booleans are so cool, so cool. And the new start stuff, what I mean by that is, like, see this start arrow right here, and this start arrow, that's a really cool way to organize your subtools. It's super good. So if you click on the portrait, not the portrait, this arrow right here. If you click on this arrow, it will make this subtool the start of your next group, if that makes sense. So then you can hide and show. Let's see. Why isn't it working? That's everything. Is it because it's soloed? Maybe it's this. I'm still trying to get used to this whole thing. Anyway, there's an ability that allows you to hide everything in that group and show everything in that group. But I don't know what I did. Like I said, I'm still trying to get used to it. I have not had time to really play with it yet. Like to really start to get into the whole how to make a mesh to brush. Oh, I missed that. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. Okay, let's see. There's a necklace right here. All those hair pieces. Okay, so I'm just looking at this this necklace right here, and I want to unhide the chest because it's floating way off the chest. I need to set it back down on there. Have you guys been enjoying 4R8 lately? All the cool stuff. See, if I had my old machine, it would be crying at me right now because I'm so close. So this is good. This is a good test. I'm just pulling it up enough to tuck it up underneath that jacket, that vest. Smoothing it down. Are you guys liking the new gizmo? This is the gizmo I made for this. I'm going to change it up though. See the little inside circle? I want to make that a square because I keep confusing this for rotate. Yeah, best. I love the gizmo, it's cool. It reminds me of my olden days. Let's see. Grow this out a little bit. Yeah, those deformers. I love those deformers. You're talking about all these guys right here? Yep, they're so good. So good. Okay. So it's gonna show everything. See, I kind of want to put the ruler and the things I want to hide, like the sword and stuff, inside of a group that I can just grab and hide. Can't believe how many subtools I have now. What are we up to? 43. I think that might be one of the most subtools I've had on a character. I'm not sure. Do you guys like this stream time? Tuesday nights? Well, it's Tuesday night for me. I don't know where you guys are from, but okay, that looks pretty good. Let's unhide this. Let's make that darker brown. So Troy and Lena might be streaming on Sunday nights, but they got food poisoning. They were going to be streaming last Sunday, but they got really sick. Both of them did. So that kind of messed up their plans. The new normal time? I think so. Well, so I want to start streaming at 7 o'clock my time, which is 6 o'clock California time, so Pacific time. So wait, is that right? Yeah. So it said 6 a.m. I think. So I'm either going to start at around this time, like around 8. Basically the same time I was streaming on Sundays, except for on Tuesdays, if that makes sense. So I don't know, do you guys like that? Or what's a good time for you guys? I don't even know. Because right now I mean nobody really knows, but knows that I'm streaming right now unless they follow the Pixelogic channel. I didn't really advertise tonight because I didn't know if I would be actually going live or not, because I was having some technical issues. So was, hold on a second. Let's move this out of the way. Okay, I'm still trying to get used to this thing. What was I trying to say? So yeah, I don't know exactly if this is the best time for me or not, or for other people or not. So it would be good to know what you guys think. Let's see, I'm going to subdivide this up. $400,000. There we go. Now fill that object. I'm going to kind of fake, I'm going to fake the lighting on this guy. Make it kind of look like it's see-through when it's actually not see-through, but like it looks, so it looks like a gem. I'm going to fill it. I'm going to fill it with toy plastic. Soft plastic. Where are you, toy plastic? You're soft. Gosh dang it. Oh, there it is. I knew it was right in front of my face. So let's turn this to material and then fill it, and then turn material off and then change it back. There we go. It's kind of shiny. Then I'm going to take and do some darker green tones with the airbrush up here. Then do lighter. Come on. Kind of yellowish. There we go. Just fake it. Does that look alright? Let's see, I'm gonna hurry and put these stripes in her collar. Zooming in just so I can grab the color. Maybe I want it pretty dark, so maybe this color right here. Okay. Yeah, I kind of missed the Sunday night thing, but you know, what can you do? Let's see. Savey save. Is it possible to pick color from Spotlight? Yes, it is, as long as you have your ring showing. See the ring right here? So just hit Z to show your ring. Then you can use C to eyedrop the color right off of there. It's quite nice. Okay. Ooh, that's a little dark. A little too dark. Let's just gonna park it over here for a minute. Maybe this. Let's see what that looks like. What the? I don't know what I hit, but opened up some kind of a G-force thing with my video cards. I gotta figure that hotkey out and not hit it again. Okay. Gosh. Okay. Yeah, so if you don't have that ring showing, just to show you, and I went to select to eyedrop off of here, see, it just grabbed the gray, which is actually my background color, so it's not going to work. So just make sure your ring showing. Hey, your ring showing. Darker. Okay, let's try that. Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm trying to decide if I want to actually Tuesday night with Shane. Yeah, Sundays, right? Sunday. Sculpting Sunday. Let's see what this looks like if I turn this on. Just kind of cut it in. That's pretty cool. That's nicer. Maybe a little thicker. Gosh, it's pretty change the alpha out so it's tighter. I don't know. Sorry, bear with me. I'm going to draw this silly line like 5 times. I'm going to try this new chisel. The new chisel brush. Not mRGB though. Ooh, that's nice. Look at that. Okay. That's nice. Maybe not so strong. Okay, I'm going to try this trick. You remember the trick? So store morph target on this guy before I do it. Okay, 5th time's a charm. So now, when you turn it like this, it should snap and continue that line. Yes, it does. Oh, what's going on there? Huh. It decided it doesn't want to draw right there. I don't know what's up with that. Huh. That's weird. Maybe I'll just end it right there. Okay. I'll do the same with this. Oh, gotta select it first. They're in 2 different subtools. Alright. I'm happy with that. Even though I didn't save a subtool with this one, or a morph target with this one. So hopefully I won't have to continue any lines. Yeah, I'm going to put one over here just for good measure, just to kind of... Oh, it's so weird. Why is it doing that? I don't know. It has, I'm sure it has something to do with the morph target. Watch if I delete it, see if it gets rid of that problem. Yep. So it's not perfect, I guess. I'm trying to decide if that's too many or not. Oh, to do the snap thing one more time? Sure. Welcome to the stream, man. So basically how it works is it's this new chisel brush, okay? And essentially before you could do a stroke like this and you could cross itself and it would be fine, but if you started the stroke again it would cause problems, and it's not causing problems right now. Why is it causing problems? It's making a liar out of, oh, because I have the morph target still. Okay, well I'm basically showing you the after. Okay, I'm going to delete the morph target. Okay, here we go. So you can cross like this, but if you start again and cross, there we go. See the problem right there? That's a problem, and you can't start from where you left off because it'll do the same thing. Okay. So the new thing with this chisel brush is if you store a morph target, which you can find down in morph targets right here, store morph target, and you want to do it on the highest subdivision level that you have. I keep forgetting the camera's over here instead of in front of me. So if you have a morph target, then what you can do is you can start, but occasionally it'll do stuff like that, but you can start like this. You can cross, and then if you start again, it doesn't make that problem. See? And you can start at the end of one of these and continue your stroke. So I don't think I have snapping turned all the way on, but there's a way that you can actually snap it to the end of that stroke, and it works really well. But it also looks like when you get close to a corner or an edge, it does some weird things like that. So you need to be careful, I guess. It's not perfect, but it's really nice. I'll take it. So I'm actually going to just try my luck at not doing a morph target. So I just deleted it because it's doing that weird thing. Yeah, no problem. Okay. Then one more. I might come back in and lighten these up because they're pretty dark, but I'm trying to decide if I like that many or if I like less. I know there's less in the concept. Usually less is more, but I kind of like the detail level. And then on this collar here, it's symmetrical. So I'm going to store a morph target of this and see if it messes it up. Look at that. I went down here. So another thing, this is really cool. I'll show you guys. So you'll notice that I went too far and I went down on here. So I have this little derp right there. So what you can do is you can go to brushes, hit M for morph, and then grab this morph brush. And then I can paint that. Whoops. Let's turn RGB off. I can paint that out. Or I can grab this color, the maroon, and paint that out. Looks like it doesn't work. Oh, because I didn't turn RGB on. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Looks like there's a little bit of gradient in this. So it's anyway, you can use the morph brush to erase, or basically to bring back what it was before you hit the morph. Does that make sense? Any VDMs? What's a VDM? Sorry. The vector displacement. You're talking about those, right? I have not yet, but I have some really experimental ideas that I want to try with those. I want to make an internal cavity of a mouth, and I want to be able to push it in and live Boolean it out of the head. So I guess that's a live Boolean object. But a VDM I have not made any yet. Have you guys messed with those? Like the vector displacement stuff? Is it the best thing ever? Okay, I'm going to go back to this chisel brush. Just going to hide that for a minute. I don't know if my brush is too big and I have the wrong color. Okay. You'll never see this because it's going to be underneath the hair, but if I lift the hair up in the pose, I want to make sure it's good. Looks like my symmetry is off a little bit. That's okay. Okay, that's good enough. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Sweet. I did give her a belly button. Added some gradients to all this stuff down here. I was going to fill this in, this boot cuff. So what I did with these hooks right here, just so you know how I did it, is I took these cuffs and I used Spotlight to project these hooks onto the front of the cuff, just so I had a guideline. Then what I did was I painted some of these hooks using this as a guide all the way around the outside. Then I used mask by intensity. So since these were light and the boot cuff is dark, it would I actually used this darker brown right here to paint around everything. I could actually mask by intensity, and then what I did was I used this edge loop mask border right here, edge loop mask border, and what that does is it puts a really nice edge loop around your masked area, and it will automatically create two polygroups, one from your masked stuff and one from your unmasked stuff. So then I deleted everything that was not the hooks. Then I used ZRemesher because it was a pretty high density mesh after that. So I used ZRemesher and remeshed these hooks. Then I ZRemeshed it again to get it even lower, and then I just didn't extrude to make the thickness of them. So anyway, now I'm done with it. I can just fill this and then show. So there we go. It's a little warbly on the bottom. I'll go back and clean that up. And the edges are quite sharp. I'll probably smooth those out. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay. Let's make that jar, that squid catching jar, right? Let's see. This guy right here. That'd be fun, I think. Gosh, let's move this over. Okay. So Blans, have you played with those much? And ignore these hands. These hands will get redone, replaced. They're not very good. They're pretty blobby. Blobby. Okay, let's see. Does this one have? Yeah, it does. Yeah. I'm looking for a tool that doesn't have any subdivisions, but they all do, so I'll just pick this one. Duplicate it. Solo it, and then delete the lower subdivision levels and the higher. I'm just going to go down the subdivision levels a little bit. You tried making a nose and a mouth bag. Oh, you did. You tried to make a mouse. How was that? Did it work? Okay. I'm trying to think about the best way to do this. And I actually think the best way is to build it on the ground and then move it into place, so then I have symmetry and everything like that. So I'm actually going to delete these pants. Actually, I'm not going to delete it. I'm going to use it to do a initialize Q cylinder. Okay. I don't need a square. I want, let's see, 2 by 2 by 2. There we go. Okay. Yeah, did it actually like delete it out of there? Did you do the tongue and the gums and everything, or just a simple one? Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna make this taller. There we go. About like this. Actually turned out good. Oh, on the 3D plane, okay. A cloth on the wrong plane? Oh no. Oh, you just did the hole for starters? Okay. Nice. That is very cool. Okay, I'm just trying to make the this lower part of the cylinder right here, and then I'm going to extrude the lid, put the lid on. Then I might try some live. You guys might have to help me because I haven't done this live stuff, the live Boolean to do these holes. I might try that. So I might ask for your guys' help on that guy. So, okay. Let's crease sub group by normal, crease polygroups. Grab the ZModeler brush. I want to make this its own polygroup. An extrude polygroup. Should probably take this up thicker. Maybe like this. Then out. Okay, I'm gonna group my normals. No, that's not. That's not what I want. Okay, I just want to group this section again. Then uncrease all. I'm actually going to change my creasing level. Where is it? Crease level to 3. Then crease polygroups. Okay. I'm going to subdivide this once. So to have thickness in those holes, I need, well, this lid needs to be that thick. So, okay. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to think through this. Okay, so if I grab this guy, grab a cylinder, oh, multiple subdivision levels, delete lower, there we go. Okay, grab a cylinder, polycylinder, whoa, holy cow, it's giant. Yeah, I don't need it that dense. Okay. Is it? Oh, did it replace the whole thing? Holy cow. Okay, I gotta undo that because it just replaced it. So split the metal from the glass and extrude the shells. Oh, right. Okay. Smart. Okay, let's do that. So I'll just make the lid separate. Actually, let me see. I'm going to go Control Z back to here. And then I'm going to duplicate this. Duplicate. So I can make the lid separate, and then I'll make it a shell. Okay. Sorry, I'm just talking through it. Not that. Okay, then solo. Then hide this, so it's just this shell. Delete hidden, and then extrude polygroup inward. Except for that didn't work. Okay, so it's because the whole thing was different, or separate polygroups, and I have extrude polygroup all, so I did them both. I'm actually going to delete this guy here. We don't need him. There we go. Now we got thickness. Thanks, Bill. Now we got the lid. It's a little too big. Yes. Dynamic subdivision. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Let's isolate these two guys. Okay. So now, okay, let's do this. This is my first time, guys. Here we go. liveboolean.com. We're going to insert a cylinder on the base of this guy right here, and then split hidden. Then turn on live Boolean. This should work, right? And then push this down in. No. Do I have to do start? The lid needs to be above it, probably, right? That's difference. There it goes. There it goes. Okay, but since this is brown, okay. Oop. There. Drum roll. I did it. I did it. I did the thing. Sweet. Look at this, another one. It's breather holes. This is awesome. Holy cow. Go Pixelogic, go. Whoops. What did I do? Yeah. Okay, let's duplicate both these dudes. Put them over here. I kind of like how it's, see how it's not, they're not perfect. They're kind of offset. Like somebody, like she went punk 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 with something and popped holes in it. Okay, let's make all these different poly groups. Auto group. Let's kind of make them offset, maybe a little bigger, a little smaller. Sure. That's pretty fun. Okay, let's turn on. Let's make them silver. Get this color going on. Fill it, and then fill the lid. Whoa. Okay. Why is the lid not silver? So there's an an array option, huh? How's it going, Build Buddy? Welcome to the stream, man. Thanks. So I'm actually trying to get them not to be perfect, so it doesn't look so CG, you know. So it looks like she punched them in there by hand instead of machined in there by a machine. Okay. So I'm just wondering why the color is not filling in with this one. Maybe I need to have, come on, what's going on? Live Boolean turned off? Oh, really? Well, that's weird. So I can't fill a color when live Boolean is turned on? Because it filled it, you can see it's the right color. That's weird. Fill this. Oh, is it masked? Oh, duh. Alright, one of these days I'll learn ZBrush. Oh man. Alright, look at that. Okay. We can quickly make some straps now. With the strap brush. Topology brush. Okay. Right. The color from the cylinder's making the holes. Yeah, but so what I had is I had the lid. The lid was masked. That's why it wasn't filling with the color, and the mask looked a little gray. So I was thinking that the mask was the color. You know, yeah. It's my first day. All right, let's see. Yeah. Let's see what the front is. Turn on the floor. Okay. Send this guy home. Okay, this is the front. So I am going to turn on symmetry for this. Just kind of draw. Don't have to be perfect. Draw a belt around like this. Why isn't it making? Because live Boolean on? No. Okay, weird. It's being weird. Let's try that again. Oh, you know what? It's probably because dynamic is on. Yeah. See, I'm trying to draw on this for real. So let's subdivide this a couple times and then delete the lower subdivision levels, and that'll give us a better surface to draw on. There we go. It's like, why is that all over the place? Okay, still working. So I don't think live Boolean affects it if it's on or not. I'm going to turn it off just in case. Okay, let's try that one more time. That's better. Okay. Yeah, now it's not leaving the little red circle. There we go. There we go. Now it's acting like it should. You know, half of using ZBrush is problem solving. I swear. That's what Joe was just saying the other day. You guys been watching Joe stream? He's super good and way fun to watch. Okay. Do you guys know how I did that? Do you want me to talk about it? I basically just drew this on with a topology brush, and then if you just tap on the surface, it adds thickness based on whatever thickness your brush is. So pretty cool. Then you can just come back in here and adjust these points, and you have a nice little belt. Then I can draw one going the opposite direction, same thing. But first, I'm going to separate this belt off. So well, maybe I can draw over the top of it. I want to move this down a little bit. Like this. Maybe skew it. There we go. Actually, what I could do is I could just duplicate it and spin it around. Let's see. Let's split. Group split. split unmasked points. That's what we want. Is that better than using a curved tube brush? Yes, because the curved tube brush is a little unpredictable. Yeah, you know, like some people like it, but it doesn't connect very well at the ends. This is just a much better way to control everything, like the thickness and where it lays on the surface and all that kind of stuff. So I just prefer doing it this way. Turn that floor off. So now that I have this belt as a separate subtool, I can duplicate it, and then just, if I turn off symmetry and then I hold down Alt and click this little Google Maps icon, that's what I like to call it. Don't let Pixelogic hear me saying that, but this, if you Alt click on this with symmetry off, it will center the gizmo in the center of that entire strap. If you have symmetry on and you hold down Alt and click that, it's going to center it in half of that object, if that makes sense. And since I'm going to be spinning this, I want it centered in the world. I could also hit Alt and tap on the home right here, and that will put the gizmo at the world 0, 0, which I could use that as well, but I don't think I want to. I'll just turn off symmetry, hit this map button, turn symmetry. No, I want to keep it off because I'm spinning it. Then I can spin it around and hold down Shift to snap it, and there we have crisscrossy belts. And now all I have to do is, let's see, activate symmetry again and just kind of scale it, not move it. There we go. Just so it overlaps. Easy cheesy. And I'm thinking that the belt is a little too wide. So I'm just going to mask half of it and bring it up to make it thinner. And then do the same thing to the other one. Let's see, mask this off and bring it up. There we go. They're starting to get up in numbers. 48 on a Tuesday night, not bad. There we go. So if you only want the live Boolean to work on these subtools, you can turn the start off. So basically, this is as much as I understand it anyway. So the start is basically saying, okay, this section is a group of subtools, and I want all of you guys to work together to do the live Boolean thing. So all of these items are in the live Boolean for the jar, and then if I click on this guy, it's going to make the pants a new group to then do the live Boolean stuff too. Not that I want to do live Boolean to the pants, but you know, that's, as far as I understand, that's how it works. So let's grab these belts, and I want to turn live Boolean off for a minute. Looks like they're already pre-creased, so if I just turn on D, I can dynamically subdivide them, but it looks like it has a crease down the center here as well. So I am going to say uncrease all and then crease polygroups. And what that does is just puts a crease around the polygroups that I have. And I want to pull this belt out. Where can you update your version of ZBrush 4R7? At pixelogic.com. So I think you can do a Google search for ZBrush 4R8 download, and it will give you the download to the 4R8 install. And I recommend installing, well, I should say Pixelogic recommends installing fresh the entire thing from scratch. Don't update your 4R7. Just, you can actually install two versions of ZBrush, 4R7 and 4R8 at the same time. So that's what they recommend you do. Uncrease all, crease polygroups. Dynamically subdivide that. There we go. It's kind of a thick belt. Okay. Let's fill it with a brown color. And it looks like it's huge. So this is the sole of her shoes that I just unhid right here. You can see the size of her shoes, and then we made the jar gigantic. So, oh, they have a patch. You're right. They have a patch P1. But with the patch, I believe you can auto update the patch. As long as you have 4R8 installed, you can run the auto updater, which is gosh, where is it? Anyway, it's up here somewhere. Anyway, I won't make you watch me look for it, but it's up there somewhere. There we go. Okay, so now what I can do is unhide everything. And this is pretty cool. Oh, there it worked. Okay, there you go. So this is what I was trying to show you guys earlier. See the start, how it says start down? If I click on this eyeball, it hides everything in that group until it goes to this. The squid is another group. See that? Super cool. I love that addition. And this is something I just learned today. If I grab, let's see. So if I go to the gizmo, see this little guy right here, this transpose all selected subtools. This means that I will move everything that's showing all at once. If I move this right now, it will move everything, and that's not what I want. I want to move the jar, and I want to scale the jar, and I want to do that without having to either collapse my subtools or go into the T-pose master to combine them all and move them. So this is a really cool thing. So what you can do is you can just start selecting items like this. So now the jar is selected, and the belt, and the other belt, and the lid, and the little guys on top. So I think that's all the jar. Now I can, let's center this guy. Whoops. Hold down Alt, center it, and scale it down to what size it needs to be. Is that awesome? So we didn't get groups, you know, like subtool, layers, and things like that. We didn't get that, but this is super close to the next best thing. Super close. Yes, clear any and all masks if you're going to do that, or else you'll leave stuff behind. It's a good point. Thanks. But man, that is awesome. Super cool. Also, another thing is, like, I was messing with this earlier today. I'm like, okay, now I can just turn this off and go back to what I was doing. But no, you have to clear your selection. So this selection is, you know, I have this stuff selected. That's why this looks kind of transparent with these lines through it. So what you'll want to do is clear this selection before turning this transpose all selected subtools off again. Otherwise it will stay in that weird semi-transparent state and you won't know how to get out of it, or at least I didn't until I figured it out. So it's a good thing. Okay, before I do that, I want to move it over to one side. So I'm going to move it over. Okay, that's another thing you could do is hold down Alt and click on that rotate guy right there, and it will center. Did you? You're like, how do I get out of this? I just did it earlier today. I was like, I want to stream, but I'm stuck in this state, and I don't want to start my stream by asking people How do I get out of this? I'm stuck. So there we go. I'll just kind of bury that a little bit, and I'm going to rotate it. It's funny, I find myself using the world rotate and world move more than anything. So, and this is, like I said, this is the gizmo that I made based off of Joseph Druss' little tutorial on Z Classrooms on how to make your own gizmo. So if you guys want this, I'm going to be releasing it soon for everyone to use if they want it. I call it the minimalist because I like the default one a lot. It's really nice, except for it still gets in the way. There's still parts of it that are in my way, and I still find this is still in my way, but it's pretty minimal. But the only thing is, like I said, I want to change this inner circle to a square, so it's like visually, oh, that's the move. Because right now I'm thinking, okay, which one is the move, which one is the rotate? I'm just not used to it yet, but I really like it. So okay, let's turn live Boolean back on and see if it does anything else. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a little buried, and it's kind of big still. So one more time, just bear with me, please. Oh, why did it do that? Okay, gotta turn this on, do this, gotta make sure this is selected. Okay, one more time. I'm gonna shrink this guy down. Ooh. Okay, it's not buried so much. Get it, move it out a little bit. Whoops, come on. Sorry if you guys are hearing my computer sounds. That's Cortana bugging me. It's like the little paperclip. Hi, remember me? Do you remember that from Word or whatever? That's that paperclip. I actually saw somebody cosplaying as that paperclip. It's pretty funny. Okay, that's better. Come on. Come on. I guess I have to be in this mode, Okay, I'm getting used to that. In this mode. There we go. And I'll probably put the liquid in it in post or something. I don't know. Or in Keyshot. It depends on, I'll get her in her pose and then I'll fill it up there. You thought it was your PC? Sorry. Doodly-doong, everybody looks. Made you look. Alright. What is going on here? Looks like I have the pants sticking through the boots. Let's fix that. Oop. There we go. Okay. Now let's fix this belt. I'm going to quickly add, you know, that still kind of throws me off. Whenever I pick my insert multi-mesh brush, it shows them all across the top. I like it, but I'm like, why did my window shrink? I need all the real estate I can get. Let's shrink this down in here. There we go. And I don't know if you can see there. I'm at 1080p. My resolution of my Cintiq is kind of high, and I've shrunk it down so I could stream it easier. But it's kind of hard to see because that camera is so blowing this out. But anyway, let's see. Question. Are there any features in 4.8 that you wish to see in the core version? So the core, ZBrush Core, does have the gizmo, which is super good. That's really nice. I wish Core had the ZRemesher. I use the ZRemesher all the time, and because I really like subdivision levels. I use those a lot. I don't want to be restricted to Dynamesh all the time. So just having Dynamesh kind of forces you to be in that I'm playing with this, I'm sculpting mode, rather than this is going to be a finalized piece. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the main things that I miss when I use Core. So hey, Arif, my course is still running. It's actually a lifetime access. So once you get access, you get in for lifetime. And yes, there are people in my course that are doing amazing, amazing things. And I'm going to be making a student gallery shortly. I'm going to be doing 2 student galleries. I'm going to be doing a blockout gallery and a final gallery, and possibly eventually, there's not enough of them yet, but a game character gallery. So it's yeah, I'm just tickled with how well those guys are doing in there. I don't know if any of my students are in here now, but I didn't announce that I was going live tonight, so I don't know if any of them are in here, because I didn't know that I was going to go live due to technical difficulties. But my course, I'm going to open it up again, I hope within the next couple weeks or more. So not too long, but so the second round will be opening again, hopefully soon, before the end of summer. That's my goal. So let's see. Okay, how do you retopo in ZBrush Core? I don't think you can. Yeah, you can't. You can turn it off, put it somewhere else in preferences. Oh yeah, I know you can turn that off. I like to see it. I'm just saying I'm not used to it yet is all. So, oh, hairy mandibles, cool. Yeah. So, and it's good that way, right? Because people have lives and people are busy, and like I said, once you're in, you're in. There's no hard deadline. There's no race to the finish. It's not an 8-week course where you have to hurry and get it done and devote 8 weeks to. It's a whole bunch of videos that you can watch at your own leisure, and then, you know, when you're ready to make something, then you can get in there and make it. So it's not, yeah, it's not too crazy on your life. It's the way I would want a course. That's why I made it, because, you know, everybody's busy. So let's see. Yeah, no problem. But I'd love to see something from you. I'd love to see it. Even just start blocking out stuff, you know. That's the thing, is just getting some blockouts. I love people who have been blocking out really, really cool characters in there. Maybe you can attest. You say. I'm a little biased, so let's see. There's a question about the bracers. Oh, the gauntlets. Okay, how do you go about modeling a symmetrical gauntlet if it's at an angle? And do you use nanomesh? Nanomesh is for like very small, intricate details on the surface of your object. So I don't know if you guys watched the ZBrush Summit that I went to, where I made the dandelion, and I made his seeds on the top of his head. Basically, I made one seed, and then I used nanomesh to duplicate that seed all over the surface of the top of his head. So that's what nanomesh is for. But how I made these gauntlets was essentially exactly the same way that I made the belt, the straps across the back right here. So I basically just take the topological brush and I drew, you can do it a couple ways, but you can draw the new topology on the surface of the arm itself and then just extrude it off there, you know, to make new geometry. You can also, if your arm has low resolution geometry, you can just duplicate the body and just isolate, you know, the polygons from her wrist to her elbow, and then just, you know, delete everything else that's not the bracer, and then just extract it, extrude it, and give it thickness. That's another way to do it. There's so many different ways. So you can also mask it and extrude it and then ZRemesh it, or mask it, delete everything that's not masked, because you can make a new poly group out of it, and then ZRemesh that and then extrude that. So there's about 5 different ways. So you've been blocking out in your sleep. Can't wait to get started. Almost cleared enough off my schedule. Awesome. That would be great. Super cool. Okay, where was I? Okay, that's what I was doing. Boom, boom, boom. Am I on the right subtool? Yes. Okay, this does have subdivision levels, so I'm going to duplicate it. This is, I'm just going to make that little piece that's going over there. It's going to be really easy, but I need to delete the lower subdivision levels so I can then draw a cube on the surface. Yeah, no problem. I would love to see you in there. If you want to know more information or when it's coming, just go to 3dcharacterworkshop.com and get on my newsletter. So see the word right here, 3D Character Workshop. So if you go there, you can just sign up and you'll get my. I still have the UI and the brushes for 4R7, and they still work. They just kind of mess up your menus a little bit, but it still works for the most part. But I have updated it for ZBrush 4R8. I'm just working out one last bug before I release it, and then I will. So plans. Yeah, man, get in there. I'd love to see you in there. Okay. So yeah, if you sign up for my free brushes, you're automatically on my newsletter and you'll be notified. Nerdified. I haven't sent any emails out since my last launch because I kind of flooded people with emails, and I'm sure they were kind of tired of hearing from me after a while. So I relaxed on the emails for a bit. The next one I'm going to send is with my new user interface, so that should be soon, hopefully. Okay, this is where it gets super tricky, because you can see we have a belt loop here and a belt buckle and a belt overlapping here, and we got to make it look like they're all overlapping each other and doing all the crazy things. So I'm just going to work with this, and I have 2 belts here. This belt tip right here, because I drew the square on one of them and the other one had subdivision levels. So I'm going to isolate this. Let's see. Make sure it's gone. Delete hidden. So now it's just this piece. Then I'm going to use the Z modeler and come in here and add some loops. Oh, thanks, Sparky. The artist is Johannes Helgeson. You should definitely look up his ArtStation because he is absolutely phenomenal. And one of my students is doing another one of his. He's doing the there's this female centaur that has like roses, and oh man, it's so good, so good. I can't wait till they finish it up and post it in public because everybody needs to see it. It's fantastic. But Johannes, the reason so here, let me show you his last name. Starts with a J, and there's, so right here, Helgeson art. So if you look up Helgeson or Johannes on ArtStation, I don't know if somebody could link it in the chat there, if you would, please. So the reason Johannes' stuff is so great to model is because of his eye for volume, shadow, highlights, and everything. So there's basically zero guesswork when it comes to how you should model this thing, because a concept is a concept. It's a blueprint for what you should do when you model. And if there's a lot of concept art out there that is not suited very well to model. And the reason why is because they either cheat their 2D images. I mean, because if you think about some of the 2D cartoons like Fairly Odd Parents and just some of those, just the ones that are just really strangely drawn from the front, but you can still see the side. It just doesn't work. Thank you very much. There's a link. Awesome. So, this is it's a blueprint. So you want to find concept that will help you figure out how to model the thing. So a lot of people will model Johannes's stuff because, and I hope I'm saying his name right. I wasn't for a while. I was saying Johannes because, English or whatever. So anyway, you just want to find, that's why his art is so nice to model, is because it's all kind of there and figured out for you. I also really like to model from like Dean Eagle. He's one of my favorites, and Todd Harris is another one, because they're just really, really good at volumes. Let's see. This is getting tricky. I might have to move the belt buckle. But hey, I'm not getting any CPU errors. That's awesome. Like with my old machine, having all this stuff showing, I would be getting CPU errors all over the place. So I'm going to try something here. I'm going to click on Start. So all of this belt stuff down to the pants is in the same group. So I wish I could hide everything but this group. How do I do that? There we go. Awesome. Oh yeah, that was cool. Okay, so what I did there is I held down Control plus Shift, and then if I hold down Control plus Shift, it shows all or none, and that's on the active one. Then if I click on, I'm not holding Control plus Shift, and I just click on the top start of the belt section, it unhides all of that section. That is a beautiful thing. So Dean Eagle like beagle but with a Y, you got to be careful because he does erotic like Playboy art too, but his cartoons, like his cartoon like dogs and cats and stuff like that, elephants, whatever, he used to do animation, and so his volumes, because an animator has to draw his characters in 360 degrees. Hey, what's up, A-Cube? So since they have to draw their character in 360 degree view, they need to know their volumes, and their volumes need to be there. So squid, it's funny because it relates to what's going on here. Squid, the squid catching pirate. How are you doing? Ashley, I was having technical difficulties earlier, and I didn't think I was going to be able to stream. But this is my new night, my new time, my new machine. Look at this thing. Hey, Ferrix. How's it going? Welcome. I'm just trying to get this belt to wrap around here so it doesn't look dumb. It's glowing. It is. So you actually got to check this out. It's my new toy. See this? Can you see this? It's my remote, and I can change the colors. See this? These red LEDs. It's all purple. Hey, Brendan. What's up, dude? Look at that. Orange. I'm just playing with it. All the colors. It kind of reflects in the camera weird. See? Necessary. Absolute. Oh man. And you can see these cubes back here. This is my infinity toy display shelf eventually when I get it going. There's my old tired machine back there. My Alienware. That's 6 years back. So yep, IKEA cubes. So I have, you can't really see them right now, but I have some. Hang on a second. Yep, see, I have some infinity figures. Drax. Oh. So, oh, to dig up the live Boolean. Tired alien. Yeah, so you're looking for this button. Where does that button live? That is in, hold on. Boolean. I'm trying to think. I found it the other day. Do you guys know where it is? Under Subtools? Subtools. Micro mesh. Under what? Where is it? Boolean. Make Boolean mesh. That's right there. Where does this button live? In the Steve. Steve James is here. It's under the render Booleans. There it is. Steve knows, people. Steve is the guy. He wins. Thank you, Steve. It's right here. Yep. Render. Who would have thunk? Thanks, Steve. Welcome to the stream, you guys. Geez, all of a sudden, who is some? Where did all you guys come from? Did Ashley switch her stream over here or something? Or did school just get let out? What's going on? Like the amount of people doubled and all of a sudden. That's crazy. Welcome to the stream, everybody. A cubed. Is this your fault? Oh yeah, Ashley's stream. Awesome. Yay. Thank you, all the fun people. Welcome, fun people. I'll try and be as fun as Ashley. All right. What are you working on? All right. I'm just working on this belt. So I'm still playing with all the new 4R8 stuff. Man, is it good. So good. Okay. Twink. So here is when you falling asleep over there, you're like, alright you guys, I'm done. Can you guys go watch this guy? I'm done. Oh man, that's awesome. Tired streams. Giggle more. Yep, we all do, right? Look like a dog. Like but it's got to be a super crazy creature dog, right? So what do you guys think? All you new people. This is where we're at so far. I'm down to I need to put I just need to build out this scabbard here. It's not a dog. Squids on. Oh man, you cracked me up. Oh, thanks, Brendan. Means a lot, buddy. Means a lot. You guys, Brendan and Ashley, or A Cube, sorry. They're also Pixelogic streamers. You guys need to catch them on the stream because Brendan does crazy high detailed realistic stuff, and yeah, way beyond my level. This is, you know, we're kindergarten, and Brennan's like in a senior, and then Ashley does this really cool creature stuff, super cool. I don't even know where it even comes from in your head. It's so good. Crazy weird stuff. Both seniors, so I'm in kindergarten. I just do this. Yeah, I just make stuff. Oh man. Woo. Need to get a dog. this little squid right here, her dog right here. Oh, I know, right? Who isn't? Who is not jealous? Man, you know what I've been playing lately is Dark Souls 3. You played that, A-Cubed? You've got to play that. If you haven't, a lot of those creatures look like they came off your page. So I'm wondering if you're a fan of that or not. Let's see. And don't look at her hands. Her hands are sucky. Super blob sucky. I'll get to those later. I'm ignoring them right now. Thanks, Brandon. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. 5 minutes? Yes. Okay, there's a story behind that. I've tried to get into Dark Souls because one of my best friends, Matthew Armstrong, he pops in here once in a while. He's a fantastic concept artist, and he's getting into 3D stuff, and he did a diva he did a really good diva fan art for my course. It just kicks butt. Anyway, he's a super huge Dark Souls 3 fan, and he just loves it, and he can't stop talking about it, and so he's been trying to get me into it, and I'm the same way. I start and then I die, and then I try it and then I die. Yeah, just throw those hands in the garbage. Look at those things, like flippers. What are those things? Gosh. So yeah, see, Ferrix, you're on board, and it's super good, but it's super hard, and you have to like willpower your way through it, and I'm trying my hardest. But my son showed me this video today. It's like Dark Souls 3 be like it shows this guy, live action guy, come out and like whip a sword all around like on Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's like and then some dude just hits him with a ball. It's like, sorry, you died. That's Dark Souls in a nutshell. Oh man. You play that, Brendan? I love the environments. I love the weapons and the creatures, and oh man, so good. Diablo 2 or 3? I've been playing 3. The new Necro is pretty good. All right. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked, you guys. All right. Okay, let me unhide this scabbard. Isn't that a beautiful scabbard? This scabbard looks almost as good as her hands, right? Those hands are awesome. Let's make this a start. You almost have all your sets. Are you talking about armor sets? Oh, the Necro. Yes. I can't wait for the new season. It comes out super good. You see the images of Dark Souls boss health bars placed on highly related images. Oh, I have not seen those. I gotta see them. Learn to dodge, backstab, guard, break, and parry. Yes. So I've been trying a two-handed dagger. I know it's horrible, but I love it. Like two-handing a dagger, because a dagger comes with a special like sidesteppy whiff ability that you can like, instead of rolling, you can just like out of the way without. So as soon as you see the dude winding up, and right before he hits you, you just kind of go and sidestep, and he doesn't hit you, and then you just run around back and jab him in the back. You build a Dope thorn. Oh, a thorns build. Yes. Because you can put. Okay. Is it me or is that? I know we're talking about two different games here, but is the Necro like absolutely OP for you guys still in the higher level? I haven't gotten mine to 70 quite yet because I've been busy, but you can put thorns on your pets too. Jeez, I was wondering about that. Pass it through. You get your big abomination with all your little skellies. Oh, Hassan, you did? That's awesome. E3 and PAX shows. Wow. Nice, nice. I can't wait for the new season. Like I said, the new season will be fun. Okay, I need to get to doing something for all these guys watching me, and we're just talking about awesome games. Okay, so Brennan and Ashley, I have to tell you guys, this is probably one of my favorite, besides the gizmo, this is probably one of my favorite new things that they added, was grouping subtools. Holy crap. I know, right? Whip it. Whoosh. Get back to work. Alright. This grouping subtools. It's like the coolest thing ever. Yeah. Grouping. Subtools. Holy. Okay. Oh, that's right. Activate symmetry is on. Well, yeah, everybody. Paul Gabry says this is the #1 thing is requested, right? Is like either making layers for subtools or grouping subtools, or so they added it, but in a unique ZBrushy sort of way, because essentially when people ask them to do it before, they're just like, we can't do it. We'd have to rewrite the entire code of the entire software to be able to make groups out of subtools. And I think they ask people, well, why do you want to group subtools so bad? It's like, so we can move them all together, or rotate them all together, or scale them all together, right? Without having to go into T-Pose Master to do it, or without having to collapse them, all the stuff to do it. So, yeah, that's what makes it go all max headroom. Max. I haven't heard that forever. Yes. So, okay. Have you guys messed with this at all? I can explain it really quick because I just learned about it today. It's so, yeah, they knew we wouldn't appreciate it. That's so true. Okay. So see this little guy right here? Here. It actually says, if you hover over it, it says transpose all selected subtools. Okay, that's the thing. That's this little drop down. It has a little checkbox, and when you select it, when you click it, it changes into 3 little checkboxes. That means you're in group subtool mode, right? Yeah, yeah. This is okay. NLT, I'll tell you exactly how it works right now, so you'll know what's up. Okay. So now that that's turned on, you're now in group mode, or group move mode, or grouping mode. And how that works is you could do it by visual subtools. So everything, all the subtools that are showing in your subtool list, you can move, rotate, or scale together in this mode. For example, if I go to move it, it's going to move everything. I'm moving it. I'm not panning my camera. I'm moving everything around the screen. Okay. Oh, you taking off? All right. Have a good sleeps. Thank you for switching all of your peeps over to my channel. I can't thank you enough. That's awesome. You're making it fun. Thank you so much. So and have a good rest. So either the subtools that are showing, you can move them all at the same time, or you can use your selection tools. So if I hold down Control plus Shift and I drag around this scabbard here, you can see that it goes into max headroom mode over here. So this is all semi-transparent with lines through it. And now I can move the scabbard around even though it's two different subtools. See, two subtools right here. Is that cool? So cool. I can rotate it, I can scale it, I can do whatever I want with it. And yeah, it's way cool. So did I move this? Okay. So you probably found yourself stuck in this mode and wondering how to get out. Well, it's just your selection tools. So if you hold down Control plus Shift and tap, or drag, sorry, Control plus Shift and drag, it will unmax headroom it. Yes, max headroom. it will take it out of that visual mode. But see, you have to have this button turned on in order to do that. So now if I turn it off and I go to select it, it's going to be reverted back to its old way of selecting. So it's only going to affect that single subtool, and it's only going to select whatever is in that box. Okay, so you have to have this mode turned on, then select whichever subtools, like if I want to move just her head, or you know whatever, or like this squid, you just select it that way, and then you can move it. So earlier in the stream, before you guys all showed up, I was working on, whoops, if I can navigate better, I was working on this jar, so I have live Boolean turned on to Boolean out these holes, and I wanted to move this jar around with all the pieces. It has about 5 subtools. So now what I can do is I can move this around, the jar and all the subtools and everything by itself. So now I can just, after I move it into place, I can clear it out, and now it's back in that mode, and then I can turn this off and I'm back to, yeah. So Googling ZBrush Max Headroom mode didn't give any results. You know what? We need to make it give back results. We should put something in Google, like some, you know, like that John Travolta meme where he's in ZBrush looking around going, I don't know what anything is. We've got to make a Max Headroom mode meme, a GIF. Got to do it. Awesome. Oh, you guys. All right. Okay, so what I was going to do is I was going to put the scabbard, I need to finish building it out like this, and then put it into place. So yeah, after tonight, Cobalt, maybe you can make it with these awesome hands. All right. Sorry, I'm in a silly mood tonight. It's weird though, when you're in that mode, you can't really move this around very like the same way, because if you're not in this mode and you hold down Alt and tap an object, the gizmo will snap to that point. But if you're in the select all mode, or transpose all selected subtools, and I tap on an object holding Alt, it just called me a liar. Okay, forget what I said. Oh, there it goes. See, it just popped down here. That's weird. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the rule is there. So Max Headroom GIF inside ZBrush. Yeah, or like those, you know, those little Twitch GIFs that you can play over and over again in the corner. Make little Max Headroom doing. Yep. That'd be awesome. Woo! All right. Okay, so we're in that mode. Max Headroom mode, and let's I'm going to bring it down just so I can work on this better. Let's see, and I don't know why, see the band, how this band goes all the way around this scabbard? I don't know why I made it just go around this bottom piece. I think it was towards the end of some stream, and I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, okay, I'm going to solo, turn this mode off. Actually, I'm going to hide everything except for that band. There we go. There you go. There you go. Cool. There's your challenge. You know, was Max? I don't think Max Headroom was originally CG. Was he? Was he a puppet? Like, was that makeup? I can't remember if he was like one of the first CG things ever. I cannot recall. Okay, let's get to business. Slacking. All right, we're gonna get some Z modeler going. It's kind of crazy wraparound. Originally makeup. Oh, rubber mask head, right? Yeah, this is before CG's time. I think one of the first CG things was like I Want My MTV. Remember those guys? Let's see. Trying to decide if I want to make this piece separate or extrude it out of here. I think I do want to make it separate. Lawnmower Man, right? Lawnmower Man, that head. Actually, the 3D was invented here at the University of Utah by Ed Catmull. When he was working at Evans Sutherland, he made a hand. He digitized his own hand and then animated it opening and closing like this. Yeah, that's here at the University of Utah. That's crazy. Long time ago. Okay, insert the sphere, the cube. Lawnmower Man, Toy Story. Yep, just a hand. Just a hand. Luxo Jr. You know Luxo Jr. that Pixar animated, that was all done in the computer with numbers. No, yeah, in Lawnmower Man there was no rig. They animated the points in space. Same with the hand, they animated the points in space. They didn't have a rig, they didn't have keys really. It just went from like one triangulated number in space to another triangulated number in space, just the points, the point cloud to animate that whole thing. Yeah, remake Lawnmower Man with today's technology. Let's see. This is kind of throwing me off. I'm going to reorient this concept to be like, let's see, well, first of all I can work on the other side of it, this. Whoop, and then spin it like this. There we go. Bear with me for a second. I just have to, there we go. I gotta see how it's wrapping down that scabbard better. Oh, you did? Oh my goodness, Brennan. No thanks. Live action Jetsons. I actually want to see what they're gonna do with that. It's probably gonna be a crap storm. Slide edge look complete. I'm gonna separate this out. So Brennan, what's the most amount of subtools one of your models has had? Because I know you get up there in subtools. So I hardly ever do. But this one has the most Gosh dang it. Get out of here. Go away. This one has the most I've ever done. Newfound respect for scale and translate. No kidding. So how do I pose my characters? I pose them inside ZBrush. Up until this point, I would use the Transpose master. So this old thing, I would use this and masking. So I was hoping to get my character to posing tonight, but you know how it goes. Just takes longer than you think. Over 100. Oh my goodness. And the one you're working on now has 83. Oh man. Okay. So it looks like I'm up to 50 now. So I'm not even halfway. That's insane, dude. That's crazy. Crazy. I didn't know, like, yeah, I just don't. Oh, come on. I just don't work in those kinds of subtool numbers, I guess. Usually, typically. Well, that's awesome. It's cool that it's possible, you know? Okay. Let's see, I hit that first. Inset flat island. Does that do it? Oh, I gotta turn off, turn on region. There we go. Man, I love ZModeler. Can I just say that? Love ZModeler. 32 million polys. Oh, I'm at 17 right now with this. That's pretty. I think the most I've ever had a model to is like 24. I'm pretty budget conscious when it comes to how many polys I think. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just fooling myself. What? Why did that? Okay. Extrude. There we go. You typically don't get into too much trouble until your file size is 2 gigs. 2 gigs. Oh man. And the processors are just getting faster too. Group by normals. Check this out. Crease polygroups. Oh, I don't want this one creased. Do I? No. Keep it clean. That's pretty cool right there. I am going for another 30 minutes. 40. Well, till I'm gonna go till 11 o'clock my time. I started a little late because I was having technical difficulties, so I might end up going a little late. We'll see. My microphone's not working. That's why I'm wearing these beauties right here. So I don't know if the sound's still okay for you guys. I have like a studio microphone. You can't see it, but it's for some reason with my new machine the drivers aren't picking it up. It doesn't know what it is. It's a Pro or a Rode Procaster mic. It's good? Okay, cool. Well, maybe I'll just stick with this then. I don't know. I need to put some music on. I hardly ever have music in my stream. So I'm gonna crease these edges just to clean that up. Are you still streaming in the mornings, Brendan? That's early hour. I don't know how you do it. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out why I built the band this way. The band that holds the scabbard to the belt. I don't know why I only did like a C shape. I don't know what I was thinking, but we're gonna make it better. Cubes. Let's do cube split. Yeah, so I have a Cintiq, like, or not a Cintiq companion, like first generation, and that's pretty low on processing power, so I can't really take it very high. I usually only take that to schools to do demonstrations and things, but that one, yeah, that one takes, I can't go very high with that one. Okay, I'm going to, let's see, delete, whoa, is it masked? Okay, there we go, delete hidden. Not usually unless it's a pixel stream. Oh, I've been doing night on your personal channel. I need to do some more personal stuff on my personal stream. I'm updating my course right now. I'm putting the new 4R8 stuff in there, and there's some of the students, when they were coming in, they were having some troubles getting started, some of the brand new ZBrushers. So I wanted to do a couple new lessons to help them out, because it's kind of nice to see where they're struggling and I can just fix it, add some stuff. And I'm adding another lesson that's polish, like how to polish stuff a little better. So I haven't had time to stream on my own lately, but I would like to. Let's see. How do I like the new machine? So far so good. The PC's holding up. I haven't had any high CPU bandwidth errors this time, so it's good. Yeah, I invested in the Cintiq. This was my Christmas last Christmas. They do a big discount during Christmas before the next one comes out, so that's yeah, that's part of it. So yeah, we should do a dual stream for sure, man. That's the best idea you've ever had. I don't know. That'd be awesome, dude. We totally should. That'd be great. How do you even do a dual stream? Can you do like Zoom or something, or Google Hangouts, and like you both stream to your channel? sorry dude. Let's see. Let's see. Are there situations in which you prefer edge loops over creasing, or is a bevel crease a cure-all? Me personally, I love creases, like these kinds of creases, and I'll tell you why. Because of the control that I have over the level of crease detail. If I start putting in bevels, like if I start putting in more poly loops and things, all of a sudden the edge loops get messy. So if I ever want to come in and say change the direction, change the flow, it's pretty difficult to manage, to get rid of those bevels. I have to go through and get rid of them all, rerun the bevels. You know, it's just kind of a pain in the butt. I can control how much these creases will actually soften by adjusting the crease level. Here, I'll show you really quick. This is just the cube, and I have these crease, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to uncrease all to get rid of them, because you have to delete the creases in order to reapply them at the new crease level. I'll show you right here. So under crease, under geometry, you can see this crease level, and you can see that I have it set to 3. That means that as I subdivide, it will hold on to that crease until crease level 4. So it'll go, I'll just show you. what I usually do is I hit group by normal, which will put a poly group on each side of the cube, like so, because it's based on the angle, okay, and it'll group by normal. That way I can then add a crease to the edges of the poly groups. So I have in my menu, I have crease poly groups, and since this is set to crease level 3, it'll automatically take on that crease level. So basically I just added those creases back that were there before, and they're at crease level 3. So if I start to subdivide, so Control D, 1, 2, 3, so it's still creased. I'm going to zoom in here and watch when I hit level 4, see it lets go of that crease, and it starts to add the bevel that you would typically do when, like, say you're in Maya or something and you're wanting to, you know, do the crease, like adding all of the poly loops on every single thing you want to do. So then I just keep creasing it more and more, and then you can get a crease like this. Super nice, super, it's not a absolute crisp edge, and it depends on how, that way you can control how crispy your edges are by what level your crease level is set to. But now I can go in here and I can edit it anytime I want without having to deal with all those extra poly loops. So just sorry, that's a long-winded answer to your question there. So oh, the course, so yeah, the course is going strong. Yeah, a clay block, it's a terracotta, whatever, Chavant, right? It's totally, see, this is a really super crisp creased edge, and this is a nice soft edge. I love the control that you get without having to go in and put all those extra creases in there, or extra poly loops in there. So anyway, the course, there's not a set date yet, Erotic Sushi. I'm trying to update it first, and then I want to get a student gallery up because the students in there right now are just killing it. They're really doing a fantastic job making some amazing characters, and I want to display them and show them off so you guys can see what people are doing in there. And I want to make a character blockout gallery and a finished render character gallery, and eventually, when I get enough of them, a game character gallery, because the course covers all of that stuff. So even a 3D print gallery, there's students in there that have already 3D printed their characters, and they're turning out amazing. So I can't be happier with what's going on. So, and if you're interested in learning more about that course, you can just go to right here, 3dcharacterworkshop.com, and get on my newsletter, and you will be sent emails. I don't send emails very often, but you'll be sent emails when I have news to share, or like I'm going to be releasing this new interface pretty soon with the new brushes for 4R8. I'm just working through a bug right now, so as soon as that's ready, I'll send that out. And as long as you're on the newsletter, you'll be informed on when the course will be open again. So yeah, I'm not sure, I guess you guys are still talking about Wacom tablets, right? And I think the next one down is like a 21 or a 24, something like that. But they're all fantastic. Having a Cintiq is just, no matter what size, unless it's like a 12-inch, 12 inches are, they're an exercise in frustration because your real estate is not enough to get in there, unless that's all you can get and you're working in coffee shops or something, you know. But at that point, in my opinion, a tablet is better. But the Cintiq is I prefer over a tablet, just personally, because when you are doing some detailed strokes, if you can do it once on a Cintiq versus, like, you know, 3 or 4 times on a tablet, when you're down here, even with lazy mouse, you can't quite get the, you know, like if you're drawing on a pristine eyebrow or something like that, you can't quite get there. So just saving the time and not having to redo your stroke over and over and over again is worth it, in my opinion, to have a Wacom tablet, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's even if it's not like a Wacom brand, even some of those knockoffs are okay, you know. So hey Rob, how's it going? Welcome to the stream, man. Rob's one of my students. He's awesome. You find, so are you talking about a 12 compared to a 20? Oh, a draw and sketch. Absolutely, absolutely. Because so we had storyboard artists at Disney, working on Disney Infinity, and they prefer the 12 as well because they are the size of a storyboard. And so it's super nice to just pick it up and just, okay, I'm sketching a storyboard, okay, I'm done with that one, next one, next one, you know, that's a perfect size to do storyboards and just little quick sketches. You can take it, you know, out in the open and do plein air sketches, really cool stuff. But for digital sculpting and modeling, I prefer, you know, I had a 24 was nice, the 24 HD. I did prefer the buttons on the side of the 24 HD better than the kind of hockey puck thing that this comes with. I don't use that because it doesn't stick strong enough to the surface. It just kind of slides around, and I can't really hold it in my hand while I'm pushing the buttons, because with ZBrush you have to hit sometimes 3 buttons at a time, and you can't hold it in your hand and hit 3 buttons at a time. It just doesn't work. So anyway, yeah, I'll have to ask some of my students if I can show some of their work in here sometime. I'd love to show you guys. It'd be awesome. So I don't know if Rob has had time to get stuff going in there yet. So the course is kind of it's a lifetime access, which is great for people who don't have a lot of time, and because it's, you know, you can just, people have lives and they just get to it whenever they can. It's not an 8-week intense thing. So there's people that haven't even started yet, and there's people that have done like 5 characters already. So it's just up to you and how much time you have. Okay, I want to do the same thing with this. I want to undo the creases and then crease it again by polygroup. So when I subdivide it, actually I did that again. I don't want this crease. Okay. Oh. Nifty, nifty. Let's see. Okay, when I creased that, I didn't set the crease level. It needs to be at 3. I wish the default was like a 3 or a 4, but it's not. Okay. Now, if I apply this, it's kind of soft. Yeah, yep. And that's a cool thing too, is a lot of people will do several blockouts of different characters before they even get started, which is great, because then you learn silhouette, and you learn form, you learn flow, and all that stuff without having to get bogged down in the details, because ZBrush, it almost begs you to jump into details as fast as possible, because you go to ZBrush Central, you go to the ArtStation, you see all these amazing artwork pieces done with intense high levels of detail. So you want to get to that stuff as soon as possible as an artist, because that's the, you know, it seems like that's the fun part. But if you don't have your essentials down, then you know you can add detail to a crappy blockout and it's not going to look any better. So it's really nice to be able to just block stuff out. If you watch video 1 of this, like the very first video I did on this Pixelogic stream, they put it up on YouTube. If you go watch that, you can watch me block her out the way I block out characters with primitives. That's what this primitive brush is for. It's really nice to be able to go Preston Blair style and just block out things with primitive shapes. You can essentially block out any character possible that way. So, oh yeah, a daily sketch, just blocking out characters. It's phenomenal learning procedure. You just learn so fast by doing it. Any chance on crits of your character game project? Possibly. I offer that as part of my course. I have a private Facebook group that my students will post their artwork in there, and that's part of the cost of the course when you get in there is critiques. So I'll do what I call light mentoring. So if I see a student that's struggling and having problems and they're posting their work up there, I'll either do one of three things. I'll either do a quick sketch over and help them, push them in the right direction, or I can just give some verbal feedback, or I will ask them, or I will do a liquefy in Photoshop, which is essentially like sculpting a 2D image and just pushing it around. If it's more polished and it needs help that way, I'll do a liquefy. And then the last thing I'll do is I'll ask the student to send me the model, and then I'll do a Facebook Live and I'll push it right to the group, and I'll talk about some things that will help the model and the character. So that's just kind of part of the course. So I don't know if I'll have time to check your stuff out. I wouldn't mind, but it just depends on how much time I have. So let's see. I just need to make this end thing a little bit. Oh, come on. One more thing. Oh, that isn't that awesome, that link? If you guys haven't seen that, it is something amazing. So there's a guy, I don't even know his name, but he did a traditional style Link, like Link from Zelda. So, and he did it in Chavant, and it's just fascinating to watch him go through the process of from start to finish. It's a bust of Link, and it's fun to watch him go back and forth, because he does the eyes twice. Like, he fully models out the eye the first time, and then he just covers it right over, and then he does it again, and it's so cool. I'm not sure if maybe Uberbar you can post a link to that, then everybody will go watch it instead of my stream. Which they should, because it's amazing. Okay, Sculpture Geek, was it? Okay, yeah, he also did a Star Fox, I think. It was really cool. The fur on that is just so good, so good. I love traditional sculpts. I wish I could do it more. I want to get into it once I get things rolling. Guess I should use the gizmo. Let's see. Beat you to it. Nice. Thanks for posting that, by the way. So good. Prepare to be amazed. So, split hidden. I gotta pop it open and check it out. Oh, no way. That's crazy. Did I say when the course will be back? I did not. I do not. I'm trying to release it in the next like 4 to 6 weeks again. It just depends on how fast I can get the course updated with the new stuff, because I don't want to be updating it and letting new people in at the same time, and I just kind of want to get it done, and especially the onboarding stuff, just, you know, new stuff to help the beginners that are coming in. So just get on my emailing list, the news group. If you go to 3dcharacterworkshop.com, you can get on there. All right, Brandon, thanks for dropping by, man. We should talk about the dual stream thing. That would be awesome. That would be very cool. Have a good night. See you, see ya. Let's see. Yeah, I have not seen that statue before. It's really cool. Is that Dragon Ball Z? Is that what it's from? Forgive me if it's not. Is ArtStation a good way to get noticed? It is the way to get noticed. Actually, it's yeah, and it's also a good gauge too, because if you post your model and it goes to trending, if it, you know, there's a tab called trending, that kind of lets you know if, you know, if at least if people like it, you know. So, and then you can kind of see how long it stays in trending. That's another gauge to see how people like it. It doesn't necessarily mean, you know, how employable you are, but at least it'll tell you kind of, you know, how appealing your sculpt is or your character is. And then it's also a really good way to show off your game character creation skills. So if you are trying to get into the game industry, and you can use Sketchfab or Marmoset to show off your character, then the potential employers can view your character in its entirety and spin around it and get close up and see how well you do your topology, how well you do your maps, that kind of thing. But I would also encourage you to accompany it with images as well, because some of those Marmoset files get quite large to load, and some companies don't really want to wait around and wait for stuff like that to load. So accompany it with some images. But in my opinion, ArtStation is the best. It's like you're not an animator, so you don't want to make a demo reel. You don't want to make a video of your character spinning and going to wireframe and back again, because honestly nobody has time for that. You know, it's people just want to see that you can do the work, because the companies are going to hire you to do the work. And if they can say, oh yeah, this guy, he can model and it looks like the concept and he can make a game character from it, that's all they care about, honestly. You don't need to work on fancy like audio, fancy lighting, all that kind of stuff. They don't care about that stuff. It's just, I was department head for Disney Interactive for a little while, and all of us actually in the character department would have a say on who we were looking at to potentially hire. And if you had a portfolio just full of nice, highly sculpted renders, we wouldn't really give you a second look, because we need to see that you can make game characters as well. So keep that in mind. Insert single edge loop. Okay, shrink. Working on speed? No, because speed will come. Don't focus on speed. Focus on quality, number one, because they really honestly don't care how fast you can do it. People normally, or companies normally, want to just know that you are good enough to make the character that they've put in front of you with as little hand holding as possible, because you know, because then if you're needing hand holding or a lot of direction, it's taking time away from the process. So I would get better at translating concept rather than speeding yourself up. And I'm actually I'm guilty of that myself. I'm guilty of wanting to get faster. I used to do speed sculpts a lot because ZBrush is just so fast that I'd like to try and see if I could do a full character in a lunchtime. And I could, and it was okay, but there's no way you could go get a job from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, people wouldn't go, oh, you're so fast, I'm gonna hire you. It's more like, oh, that character is really good and it looks like the concept, I'll hire you. You know? So that's what you want to look for. Let's see. I'm missing this because I'm talking. Let's see. I'd say to make sure you're posting game res models and not just, yeah, you don't want to do that. I mean, it's nice and they look pretty, but you only want to have high resolution characters in your portfolio if you're going to be doing toys or illustration for a job. You know, and if you're going to be doing toys, toy manufacturers, they're going to want to see that you actually know how to model your characters for production, for print. So you know, they can see that you have some experience doing that and know that your characters will actually print, and it's not going to need a lot of time after the fact to fix it. You know, they're going to have to go to some like middle person or send your model to another person to be fixed just so it can be printed or manufactured. Let's see. So it depends on what you're going for. If you're trying to get a job in the film industry, it's a little bit different than if you're trying to get a job in the game industry. You know, the film industry, they have a little bit different requirements. It's getting closer and closer every year because the resolution of games getting so high that they're pretty much the same. But the big difference is right now is that film characters, they use subdivision levels at render time, where game characters just use low poly with normal maps. Film characters don't usually use normal maps, they use displacement maps. And my buddy Chris Wright, who worked at Sony Film, he was telling me that because he worked in games and he works in film now, he works at Leica now, and he was telling me that the thickness of the cloth and stuff like that is a big difference as well. Like, you want to, like in games, you want to do kind of thick cloth, thick clothing, and everything here is kind of going into itself. I'm making this as if I'm going to print it. That's why all these pieces are colliding with each other, because in the end the piece I'm going to print is going to look like this, right? And it's going to have all these nice clean parts, and you're not going to have any gaps and holes. But if you're building something for film, the reality of it is, like, if your character's wearing a shirt or something, it's going to have these gaps and these holes and be thinner and look realistic. So that's kind of the difference in the things you need to look at. So you kind of need to tailor your portfolio to what kind of either game studio you're looking at, or film studio you're looking at, or illustrations, or toys, or whatever. You know, you can't just go, here's my generic portfolio full of all my rendered characters and expect to get work. You need to tailor it to what kind of work you want, if that makes sense. Let's see. You just mentioned that showing that you can accurately translate concept into an art model. That is probably the biggest one. So Twirl, this is by, his name is Johannes Helgeson. So let me flip it around here. And if you look up his name on ArtStation, you can see the rest of his artwork, and it's just phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. So we were just talking about it earlier in the stream, how nice it is to render his artwork, because he does such a good job with lighting and volumes and shapes that everything you need to model this character is there. You're not really, I mean, there's some stuff on her backside that you can't see, that's not there, that you have to make up, but for the most part I can tell exactly how much volume these items have. There's a lot of 2D concept artists that don't go to that level of detail and volume, and you know how the light falls across the surface. So, oh yeah, awesome. Thanks for posting that. Okay. Let's see. You tailor your portfolio and the art style of the company you want to be hired. Yes, that's very true. As far as how many characters, from the stories I've read, you can get hired with 2 or 3 characters. Focus on quality and nailing a concept. Yes. Yes, quantity is not what you want to show. Quality is king, for sure. For sure, for sure. Quality. Because honestly, that is what companies are hiring you for. They're saying, can this person model this concept? That's another thing, is a lot of people think like, I'm going to be designing characters and modeling characters at the same time. Well, that is a thing that almost doesn't exist. It does exist, but it almost does not exist. So in my entire career, I have never designed a character that's ended up in a game. It's always, I'm handed a concept, I model the concept, and then it goes in the game. The only time you're designing your own stuff is for yourself, personal. Occasionally that's different, and like I think Danny Williams, he works for Sony right now. I think it's Activision. He works at Activision right now, and his current situation is he's designing some of the characters that he's modeling, which is super rare, super rare. So don't be disappointed if you get into a job and they're like, model this concept. You're like, but I can design too. They'd be like, well, we hired a designer for that. We want you to model this concept. And that's what they hire you for. So wouldn't the workflow be slow if you had to do both design and yes, it would. So on Disney Infinity, we had an entire group of concept artists, and I think 3 or 4 of them would help out with the characters. And we had a group of 5 character modelers that were modeling the characters. And then we had even more character modelers off-site that were doing some other characters. It wasn't just our team. And there were other concept artists off-site as well. So that's just, and it's the same with freelance too. It doesn't change with freelance, you know. You, like, people will see my portfolio on ArtStation and go, hey, I saw your portfolio. I just got an email today. I saw your portfolio. Can you model this character? And how much would it cost? You know, so that's essentially what people are looking for. That's what they're hiring you for, because they just have a game and they need a character made, but they need to know that you can do it without having to go back and forth a million times telling you how to do your job, you know. Oh, thanks, Rob. Yeah. So have you seen this yet, Twirl? Have you seen the rest of it? Here, I'll show you. I'll unhide everything and show you. I'm almost done with it. So, oh, she's upside down. Hold on. Let me just hide the sword. Okay. Here, I'll hide the scabbard too. So, there you go. So, yeah, that's, I'm almost, let's see. Yeah, I need to put the scabbard in place, but this is, I think the only things I need to do still are the strap that holds the scabbard around her leg. I'm not gonna, I don't know if I'm gonna put these daggers in or not. I might. So anyway, that's where she's at, and don't look at those hands, they're horrible. You thought we were just beginning on the sheath? No worries. Yep, I've been at this for, I think this is stream 8 or 9. Oh, thanks. Thank you very much. So yeah, I've been modeling characters, well, off and on. I've been working in the game industry for 18 years. So I've been doing it for a while. And I worked on Disney Infinity modeling those little figurines for the game. So yeah, it's been going on for a while. Sorry you guys. I'm trying to wrap it up so I can move on to something else. It's taken a while. I did work on her a little bit offline, but I was hoping to get it farther. So let's see. So somebody asked how I pose the model. Oh, Damon, I pose it in here. I was hoping I would get to posing it tonight, but I think it'll be the next stream. And what I do is I use this T-Pose Master, which takes the entire model down to its lowest subdivision level, merges it all together, and then I can use masking and the transpose tool to pose it in the pose that I want. And I will usually, and I'll just, when I'm making toys, I'll pose it for the toy or like for marketing, render, illustration, stuff like that. And then when you get into pose, you'll also discover a lot of things you may have missed in the concept. Like maybe the sword is too small, maybe it was too big, maybe it's too thin, or maybe her head is the wrong size. It looks like, you know, maybe her head can be a little bigger than I have it, or her eyes are too far apart, you know, or they need to be farther apart or something. So you'll find those discoveries after you pose her, because you get her into an expression and you'll find that stuff. And then what you have to do is then take all those changes that you do to your model in the pose, and then you put them back into the T-posed character. And you have to kind of remember what you did so you can update it. That way in Disney Infinity is because we would have the in-game character match the toy as close as possible, and that's how we would do it. So yeah, it does. It's so a typical character, and that's, I've been talking the whole time like this. I've stopped working and now I'm talking, and it takes some time to go through. It usually takes me like 2 to 4 weeks to make a character complete. So this one, it's, you know, I've been working in 3-hour segments while talking, so that should give you a pretty good gauge of how long it takes. And I haven't even done her pose or her game character yet, so yeah. The lights on the new rig. Yeah, it's so beautiful. Oh man. Yeah, I've gotten so much better. It really has. Yep, it really has. You have to start, yeah, you have to get it. I wouldn't even know how to get it out of ZBrush, honestly, for the longest time. So anyway guys, it is 11:02. I think, let me save this. I think I'm gonna wrap it up for the night. Sorry I had to start late. Do you guys like this new time? Is Tuesday night okay for you guys? I don't know where you're at in the world, but I think this is my new time slot. So if you guys like it, I'm getting a good amount of people here now that Ash brought a bunch of you over. But yeah, I think this is my new slot heading forward. So yeah, rave. Yeah, good for night owls. I might start an hour earlier, I'm not sure, like at 6 or something. Oh, really? You're only catching... Yeah, Sunday night's kind of hard, I think. So I think Tuesday might be better for everyone, especially if I advertise it and get it out. You know, I didn't advertise that I was streaming tonight. Pixelogic did a bit, but I haven't. 2 a.m. Are you on the East Coast? Or damn it. 1 a.m. Yeah, sorry NLT. It's 3 p.m. on Wednesday. Holy cow. 7 a.m. in Germany. So that's the thing with you guys on the other side of the world. It's good to stream late because you early birds can catch it. You know, if I went any earlier, it'd be like 3 and 4 in the morning for you guys, right? Yeah, 2 in the morning. Jeez. Well, thank you very much for joining me. That's awesome. I hope you enjoyed the stream today. I had a lot of fun. It's been a while. I'm going to try and get it more regular, especially now that I have the new machine set up and we're good to go. So you go to bed now. Oh, thanks everybody. And I will catch you next Tuesday. And Pixelogic wants me to possibly stream more core stuff. So if you're into the ZBrush Core stuff, I need to find a character that I can really get into with Core, and maybe we'll take it all the way to print, to 3D print, and I'll show you guys how to make something and print it out. Would that be fun? So yeah, just all this is put up on Pixelogic's YouTube channel, so you can go watch all 9-10 streams that I've done so far, starting with the first one, including I've done some ZBrush Core stuff already, and there's what was I gonna say? So yeah, there's all that stuff, and there's all the other streamers that are on this channel. Pixelogic has invited a whole bunch of really good streamers to stream on the channel, including the people that work for Pixelogic, like Paul Gabery, Joseph Drust, and Thomas. They all stream on here, and it's just fantastic. And I'm in there too, learning along with you guys. So I don't pretend to know everything. I just like to do what I do, and I'm into these stylized characters a lot. So that's why I'm in here doing this stuff. So thank you, Pixelogic, for having me. And thanks, Kyle, and everybody. I can't wait for the ZBrush Summit. I think it's in November this year. If any of you guys can make the ZBrush Summit, it would be great to meet you guys in person, one-on-one, hang out and shoot the breeze. So anyway, thank you again for watching the stream, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Have a good night, everybody.